Wrap up video time. It's been, I don't know how many days. What is it? Sunday morning I finished. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's Thursday now. So it's been 4 days. 4 days since I finished the 24-hour run and wrapped up 142.2 kilometers, 142.15 I think it ended up being, or something like that. Great. I don't know whether I'm going to put this at the beginning. Yeah, I'll put it at the beginning. But you can watch along and see what's going on. I've got some footage from the GoPro. Then the GoPro is not that great in low light, so that conks out. And then I've got footage from my phone because I was updating stories, and I'll pop that in there too. If you're watching this on Instagram, you can check it out in the highlights. The 24-hour run highlights are there. And see just the slow decline over 24 hours as I kick along and slowly get less and less energetic along the way. I put it out there. If anyone had some questions, they could hit me up that I could answer now about the 24 hours. And I got a few questions, actually quite a few questions about food. Basically, on all the long runs I've ever done, I've ended up cramping in the run. I've been sore, I've been tired, and it's because I haven't been eating enough. And because I'm quite heavy, I sort of weigh anywhere between 91 and 94 kilos at any given time. I actually have to eat quite a lot when I'm doing these really long runs. So I've definitely not been doing that. I have not eaten enough. So I actually sat down and calculated it all out. I thought I'd probably use about 20,000 calories in the 24 hours. And I wanted to replace about 10 to 12,000 of that, which means every hour I had to eat about 500 calories. So I just made these little bags up, which were about 360 to 550 calories each. And I just tried to eat one of those every hour. And I can tell you, I have not eaten every single hour in a day ever in my life. I mean, why would I? Normally just sleeping and stuff. But eating was tough. So I mixed it up. I had heaps of different stuff in there. But the bags look like this. I don't know if you can see, but this one's 436 calories on it. And this is jerky and peanuts. So peanuts have like sneaky heaps of calorie, but they've got lots of salt in them, which is really good. And it's got jerky in there for extra protein and stuff. Turns out though, the jerky was a terrible decision. I tried to eat it and it just was like... So it's good on hikes, but it wasn't really good on the run. These little packets of chips were ace. I had heaps of these. Nuts, chips. I had fruit bags. The fruit, though, it's not as calorie dense as some of the stuff like chocolate bars. So I had chocolate bars, Mars bars, Twix, Turkish Delight. It really looked like a child had been given a credit card and shopped it at the supermarket. I've got the receipt here. I found it from the food. And, hey, well done. That's not even the correct receipt. I've got the receipt here from the food shopping. And I had chicken rolls. I made chicken rolls, Powerades, and so drinking calories is also quite easy too. That's quite an easy thing to do. So drinking full sugar Coca-Cola, which I never drink, but when you're in the middle of a really long run, it's like just black gold. Drinking Bundaberg ginger beers, which actually have more calories than a Coke. I find that quite surprising, but they're so delicious, and the ginger and stuff pretty easy on the tummy, so and it's not too fizzy, so that was good. Powerades, bananas, Big M's, so chocolate Big M's, also delicious. Smashed some Chobani yogurts. What else we got here? Those Milo energy snacks that come in a little pouch. Had those. All these bars of things. Oh, M&M's in with the peanuts. So basically just children's party food. Because it's high in calories and it's easy to get down, but then also mixing it up quite a bit, because the gels that some of these distance athlete people eat all the time, they're just a bit rough on the guts. I just don't enjoy them, and for the amount that I have to eat to maintain my caloric intake, it's no good. So a nice balance between salt and sugar, and I didn't get any real muscular cramps on this run, which is the first time I've done a really long run and not gotten any. So even the first 100, where I was really actually giving it a good nudge, didn't cramp up, so that was great. What would I change if I did it again was another question. I'm not sure if it's so much further than I've run before. I think I would have allowed more rest time in my pacing and then maybe tried to push the pacing a little bit. So I worked out that my overall pace needed to be under 9 minutes a kilometre across the whole 24 hours to get in the 160 kilometres that I wanted to get in. And in the end, when I checked my results, like on the Garmin sort of rundown, my moving pace was about 8:30. So I was like well inside that pace moving, but somehow in all the little rests, I accumulated like 2 hours and 40 minutes of rest, which wasn't really rest. It's like a minute here for a wee. It's like, a couple more minutes for a couple of poos. It's a couple minutes for changing snacks, putting drinks in the bags, filling drink bottles. Towards the end, there was a couple of moments where I just sat down for a couple of minutes because my feet were killing me. But the only big long stop, I had to stop for about 20 minutes to have sort of dinner at the end of the 100 Ks, which was about 12 and a half hours in. So somehow just accumulated heaps of rest. So I think my pacing, I would allow for more rest in there, which I didn't do. So that would be something I would change to try and meet the distance target. I mean, obviously the main thing was just to keep going for 24 hours, but because I had this sort of auxiliary 100-mile target I wanted to get, I would have paced it out differently. Favorite moment was probably finishing the 100 Ks. It was tough because I was hustling through and I was in front of time, and then I was somehow falling behind. And again, because my moving pace was good, I couldn't work out why I was falling behind on time, but it was just the accumulation of those little tiny stops to wee and restock and all that sort of stuff. So when I finished the 100, it was a big relief. I was inside, I was within half an hour of the target time, which I was really happy with. And I sat down and I just cried for no reason in the van. I don't know why, just probably just exhausted. Maybe it's just my body trying to find a way to get me to stop. Just have a rest, mate. You will make you cry. But I just sat in the van, had a little cry, ate some food, and then, it was good to get the 100 done. It was, it's another 20 Ks further than I'd ever been before, so that was good. And to get it close to the target time, I was pretty happy with that. So I think that was the best moment, apart from finishing and sitting down at the end, which was also very good. The first thing I wanted to eat after I recovered, I wasn't really hungry. I'd eaten quite a bit. Your central nervous system's pretty fried, so you're a bit like at the end of it. And because I'd been eating, I just wasn't that hungry. So I was pretty keen to mostly just put my feet up. Wasn't that worried about food. There's a few questions about like what mental tools you used when things were hurting, or if you wanted to quit and stuff like that. And there's a million different opportunities to sort of try and stop in something like that, and particularly because it's just laps and it's not that far from my house. I could have just, I suppose, stopped and gone home. But I didn't really think about stopping. It wasn't really an option. I was really fortunate to have people with me for just most of the time, which I wasn't expecting at all. I was really prepared to do the bulk of it on my own, but I didn't have to worry about that. There was people there all the time, so that was really nice. A few times I needed just to take the weight out of my feet. The pain in my feet was diabolical. I can't even, it just changed from all kinds of sharp pain, dull pain, ache, bruise. Felt like someone had been bashing it with a baseball bat. So that was a challenge. But once it sort of became clear I wasn't going to make 160, then I had this second backup target of get over 140. So it was just keep moving as fast as you can. Try not to think about the chafing and stuff, and just keep going. And I just found this is a weird thing, but it works for me on long runs. Probably because the things that cause the pain aren't super serious, but just big breaths, just trying to breathe out the pain. Just so people who were with me deep in the night and stuff probably would hear me just doing the big breathe out. But that was just because I don't know, it helps sort of you kind of feel the pain lift out of your feet. Just trying to think of it lifting out of your feet. I'm not one really for thinking about quitting. I don't really. Once I decide I'm going to do a thing, I really kind of just try and keep going until it's done. One of the unfortunate things about a timed challenge is that you can't go, doesn't matter how fast you go, 24 hours is 24 hours, so you got to keep going till the clock runs out. So I don't know if there's any way to make it go quicker, but the hardest bits are mostly just dealing with the pain and a little bit of disappointment internally about not looking like I'm going to make the distance I wanted to. And then sort of when you realise that, going, well, you still got to see out the 24 hours, but I'd already made that commitment to do that, so just keep going. It's all for a good cause, so I guess when that's the case, you can endure all kinds of things. Big Steve, who also was doing a 24-hour event, he was on a bike though, riding down from New South Wales down to Port Fairy, I believe. He's asked ideas for next year. I still have unfinished business to get the 100-mile distance under my belt, so I'm definitely going to be sniffing around for something like that. I don't think I'll wait a year to give that a crack. I think I'll find something, whether it's organised or not, and try for 160 Ks, maybe allow a little bit of extra time in that. Most 160 kilometre or 100-mile events have a fair bit more elevation in them, so they sort of maybe allow for 36 hours or 40 hours to complete them. So a bit more training and maybe get stuck into that once my foot stops hurting. Also 90 Mile Beach, where I grew up when I was younger. I've always thought, it's quite a long stretch of sand. Wouldn't mind maybe giving something a crack along there. It's pretty wild and woolly in the winter time and good challenge. So things like that, things up in the hills. I'm up for most things. Maybe not on a bike though. I don't know if my bum can handle it. I don't ride a bike very often, so favourite guest appearance. Every guest appearance was an absolute blessing. I'm so incredibly lucky to have so much support all the time. It's really great, and the community of people we've been able to generate around Just Be Nice has been for many years and is an enduring strength of the community, and I'm incredibly proud to know such amazing and wonderful people, and it's a credit to everyone that I know that everyone else who meets other people that I know always comes away and says, oh geez, you got such great friends, oh geez, really lovely people. And I think that's absolutely true, and it's important to me to keep cultivating those friendships and relationships and build that community of really good people who show up and who care, and that means a lot. And the questions about being challenged and what gets you through, I mean, it's the thought of all those people. It's the thought of the possibility of being able to take a moment in time, like a challenge, a personal challenge, and turn that into good results for people enduring their other kinds of challenges, surrounded by good people. These are the things that get you through, and for me, I think that speaks volumes to what we're trying to achieve at the Just Be Nice project as well, in that we know people do better when they're surrounded by really great help and community and opportunity, and so that's what we're trying to build and provide for people, so they are supported in their deepest, darkest moments, whether it's just a momentary bit of pain self-imposed on a 24-hour run, or if they're a victim of circumstance or environment or long-term disadvantage. That people do better when you walk beside them and give them a chop out. So that always helps me get through stuff, and hopefully we can create an environment full of support for other people so they can get through whatever they need to get through as well. So what made me want to do it? Pretty much all of that. I'm up for individual challenges as well to make sure that I'm still on track for being able to endure tough things. I've got trying to change the way that people help people and improve those outcomes for everyone who needs help is a big goal, and it's a long-term thing, and it's a challenge. There's a lot of challenges along the way, so just every now and then it's good to check in with some tough stuff and make sure I still got the minerals to kick on and push things through even when they're a challenge. So probably that, as well as I'm not getting any younger, so it's worth pushing the body and making the most of all the physical sort of capabilities that I'm really fortunate to have and be able to develop. So that's really important. Oh, I forgot something. Hang on. Pretty great. Great little sign that I've been able to keep. End up in the back of the van. A few friends brought down for the run, which was great. And I'll list everyone who came along and joined in for the run, but I cannot thank everyone enough. I can't believe how many people there were. Special shout out to the early morning crew of Zach and Beck and Izzy, and also to Nathan Tiepo from Momentum PT from Momentum Training down in Port Melbourne, who came not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 4 times to come and give me a hand. So that was awesome. He came down at all hours and ran and walked when I was mostly walking, and it was. I mean, I absolutely didn't expect that. It was fantastic, and it meant a lot. The rest of the decline you can see in the videos, and you can follow along and see what's happened. This will be a pretty long one, so hopefully you're not too bored and you enjoy it. But otherwise, highlights in the Instagram story and things like that as well. We'll pop this up on all the platforms, YouTube and Facebook and whatever. We'll add a link to it. We'll leave that open for a little bit still as we sort of wind it all back down and get ready for April, which, you know, it's the first today, so we get ready to carry on into 2021, and hopefully another year full of adventures, full of good times. Keep on generating support for Just Be Nice and looking after people who need it. So thanks everybody for paying attention, for coming along for the ride, and yeah, stay tuned for the next epic thing. I'm sure it won't be far away, and otherwise just stay tuned to my general chats about all things doing good and looking after each other. Stay happy, stay healthy, as always. Just be nice, and thanks again so much everyone for your kind words and your support. It means the world. 2.5 k's in, it's raining. It's nice. Taking it nice and easy. Nice easy pace. 24 hours to go. Uncertain if I'm going to keep wearing this jacket. A bit warm on the inside. I mean, it's pretty good. But do I get rained on all morning, get more wet, or do I just steam it up from the inside? I'm not sure. We'll see when we get back around again. First 12 hours trying to do 100 k's. That works out to kind of 6 minutes per kilometre, kilometres times 4, and then walk 1. So first lap around, past all of this, it's a cracking spot. I'm sure I'll be over it in about 23.45 hours. But we're off and we're going. Oh, 24 hours to go, baby. We used to train together.
Yeah, right.
Got a little bit of company. Woo!
Morning.
Big Dave's come to join me at the beginning. He wants fresh Josh, not cranky Josh. What a legend. And the rain stopped, so thanks for bringing the good weather, bro.
No problem.
Okay, 1 hour 20, just about 13 k's in. Had my first wee break, and on pace, so it's going okay. The walk is good for the eating. I've still got another like hour's worth of food in my bag, so won't have to do a long stop just yet. Yeah, we're going all right. It's raining again, but so far so good. 13 k's. Boom. Yes, the big fella. We've got over 180 kilos of beef just trundling around. Just coming up on 30 k's. Oh, pardon me, hang on. Ooh. 30 k's. About 3 hours 12, so I'm a little bit ahead of pace. I'm pretty wet, bit of sweaty, bit of rain, but going okay so far. Pardon me. Had a few people come along for the run, which has been good, and now just settling in with some audio book from Barack Obama and more kilometres. There's the 30 just ticking over there. So 3 hours in, under, well, what's that, 21 hours, a little bit under 21 hours to go. My goodness, it seems like a lot when I say it like that. One foot after the other, left, right, boom. Righto, coming up on 4 hours in, 37 k's, 6:26 average pace, which is still ahead of time. Look at that. Whoop. Look at that. Lovely. Not gonna lie, 37 k's in, head's starting to hurt a little bit, but that's okay, it's to be expected. 4 hours in, less than 20 to go. We'll be in the 19th soon. Yeah. Coming up on 45 k's,
Coming up on 4 hours 50 minutes. One year on from supporting at the ski erg. Back at it. Having to deal with my grumpy bum.
Not grumpy yet.
50 k's in. The sun's come out, so I'm nice and humid under my wet t-shirt right now. Eating snacks. Making our way through the kilometers. If I get 50 k's inside 6 hours, we're in front of the schedule, so looks like that'll happen. So that's good. 100 k's in 12. I can hope I get there. Anyway, boom. Here we go. Wait for it. That was 50 k's. Oh, 50 k's, 5.5 hours in. So bang on 30 minutes ahead of schedule. Legs are sore. Yeah, weather's like sunny then not. Pretty warm. Tummy's a little bit like getting stitches and stuff, but we're a half hour ahead, so a little bit of a buffer. I'm gonna eat a sandwich. Yes, back at it. 24 hour team getting it done.
Couldn't let you do it solo, had to come in.
6 hours 40 minutes, about 58.7 k's in. The last 8 k's been a bit slow, but we're plodding along, getting it done. Got the super pacer going on. She can't see where we're going, but we're doing all right. Just gone over 8 hours, just gone over 69 k's. The weather's been all over the place. The headwind's picked up on this side, so I think I'm gonna, on the next loop, after over 70 k's of running in one direction, hey, I'm gonna turn around and run the other way. See if that wind, which is really blowing in my face on this straight here, helps me along a little bit. Had some good support so far. People have been joining in. Got Heather on the bike, and Marissa came and ran a couple of laps, and we were partners in last year's 24-hour challenge. We were rowing with each other, so ski erging, so that was good. Still managing to keep the food down, but legs are sore, but more importantly they're kind of a bit slow, so that's a bit rough. But 30 k's to go to then get into the bit where instead of more running than walking, I can do more walking than running for the last 60 k's. But still, I mean, look, it's a pretty nice day, can't argue with that, and the clouds are over. That's bloody good. Still doing wheeze, still sweating, that's good, as I'm relatively hydrated thanks to my super duper drink bag vest. So we're getting there, slowly but surely. Yeah. 9 hours 20 minutes, 78 kilometers in. Got the super running crew jumping in, heading towards the 50 mile mark. Couple k's to go, so we're going okay. Quite a bit, just ticked over 90. 11 hours and 8 minutes in. The light's fading now, so don't know what kind of use this camera's going to be soon. I might have to dump it in the car, do the updates from the van with the light, but that's okay. Cut a bit of weight in the pack. Got a big blister, it blew up, I taped it up, and now it's feeling okay. My foot bones hurt, as do my legs, unsurprisingly. Changed direction on the laps, which is good. Did my only poo, that was exciting. So it was the only time I've sat down in the 90 k's pretty much. It's also the only time I tried to stand up, so that was cooked. But, you know, otherwise, things are going pretty good. Hard not to. You know, these magnificent beasts. Legends. How good. How good's image stabilization too? Because I'm all over the shop. I am all over the shop. This pace that I use the term very loosely, running at 9 minutes a kilometre. So, absolutely not flying at this point in time. One lap down, Izzy said he'll bring me a coffee. I normally drink a strong latte, that's normally the deal. He drinks almond milk. So he races out to meet me as I'm doing my little transition-y bit. Gives me the bloody almond milk one. Stitch up. It's a stitch up. Look, 35 minutes into 24 hours and I'm on pace. So that means nothing. But we're getting there. Woo! Righto, 20 k's in. Big fella's joined me. Still here. Hanging in. Big old combined weight of 180 kilos of ultra running goodness going on. Slabs of just beef at Albert Park. Just a bit over 2 hours in and 20k, so going okay so far. Ew! Well, it's windy in this direction, so I'm glad I'm walking. Try and walk into the wind and run with, well, it feels like the wind's blowing into me in both directions at the moment, which I don't know how that's possible, but anyway, we're 4 hours 12 minutes in, 39.2 k's in, so nearly 40, coming up on 40 k's in, over 4 hours, so less than 20 hours to go. So far things are going pretty good. I'm running out of dry spots on my, well, I've got no dry spots on my clothes to wipe the camera, so if it's a bit blurry I apologise, but we're going okay. One foot after the other, baby. Ew! Here we go. 50 kilometres down, 5.5 hours in, almost bang, pretty much bang on for 50 k's. So I'm about half an hour ahead of schedule. Have a look at this. I mean, that's pretty good. Pretty good. I am hurting a bit though. My feet are a bit sore. Still mixing up the food and stuff and keeping it coming in. Oh, it's kind of hot when the sun's out, but glad to have a little half-hour buffer for the 100k target by 12 hours, so 8 p.m. And just kicking along, one foot after the other. I'm going to eat a sandwich now, have a little walk, drink some water, and see how we go. 60 k's in, 6 hours 48 minutes. The super cruise arrived. Ew!
Killing it.
Handbrake is definitely on, slowed up considerably, so fingers crossed I can keep some kind of pace up to for the last 40 k's before 8 p.m. I don't even know what time it is, so fuck. Righto. 69 kilometres. Lol. Bang on 8 hours. So it's 4 hours to go. 31 kilometres to get done to try and get my 100 in 12. So going a bit slower at the moment. Average pace is definitely slowed up. Legs are pretty sore, but I just feel like I'm trying as hard as I was before, but I just can't go as quick. So I don't know, 4 hours 30 k's fresh, that's a no-brainer. We'll see how close we can get. Pretty much on pace, so that's not too bad. 70, almost 70 k's in, so we're getting there. Bring on the 100. Fuck. This might sound a bit stupid to anyone who can do maths, but I just worked out I've still got fucking 16 hours to go, and that was not a good realisation. I wish I hadn't thought of it. Oh fuck, it's so long. Yes, look at this. What a crew. How good. 76 k's in or something like that, so 80 k's, almost 50 miles. Got a couple of messages. I think the Garmin bloody live track or defaults to miles, so you can change it to kilometres. somewhere. There's buttons.
Top right.
Top right. So you can see it in kilometres instead of miles. About 50 miles in. So halfway to the 160 I'm after. 9 hours 35. Going okay. Shit hurts, but all these guys are here. I'm keeping it going. I've got a blister. I said guys. Fucking sass. 80 k's in. Fuck. I got a blister, so I'm gonna sort that out. So I'll stop moving for a bit, that's why. Boom! Just ticked over lucky 88. Sun's going down. We are 10 hours 50 minutes in. Fucking somehow carrying on. Getting towards the 100. Getting towards the 12-hour mark. Well, this handsome unit. So, still going left, right, left, right. We're getting there. That face looks a little bit buggered, but that's to be expected. Here we go. Wait for the beep. 90! Alright. Great time for it. Sun's going down. 90 k's, 11 hours, 7 minutes. 90 k's down. 10 to make it to the 100, which marker 1, so everything hurts, not gonna lie. Quite a bit. Well, the camera's blurry because I've got nothing dry to wipe it off with, but just ticked over 95 k's and we're about to, it's like 11 hours 58, so about to go into 12 hours, halfway. 95 k's, I was hoping for 100, so I'm about to eat some food and do the ablutions and all that sort of stuff, so I'll knock out another 5 and then I'll have knocked over the 100 and 60 more to go. So going okay. Big Nick still pace setting like a legend. 95. Alright, 5 to go. Righto, here comes the beep in the low light. Wait for it. That's 100. 12 hours 43. Alright, time to rest and have an eat. We're finishing off the next 60, hopefully. 16 hours in, 115 k's. Shit is hurting, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, pardon me, moving pretty slowly. Big Nate, cranking him around the lake at pace, that's for sure. That's 115 in, still moving, so that's good. 8 hours to go. Oof, that's an old looking head. 124 k's in. Well, I can't even remember what time I just said. What did I say? 18 hours in and a half? 18 and a half.
Or was it 16?
Having a little cup of tea. Jules has bought me a cuppa down. Thanks.
Good at the teas.
I'm not on track for 160, unfortunately.
Maybe 155.
It'd be like close in number, but in time, it's just every 5 k's is taking about an hour. So, old Zach's destroying some shit over here.
Oh, did you smash
work.
it?
Oh, it's already very smashed.
So Mum told me I hadn't done an update for a while because all the people that are up at 3 in the morning wanting to know what's going on. We're all desperate to know what's happening. Shit hurts so much. Holy fuck, I'm in so much pain. But anyway, we kick on. It's it's going well. Big Zacky's chasing me around. And
if I didn't have mud boots on, I'd come around with you.
20 hours in. I don't even know how many k's. 129, I think. Still going. I wouldn't say I'm going strong, but right, 21 and a half hours in, 135 k's. Oh, sorry, 133.5. I can't even read. 133.5. Not moving all that quick. It's like chilly on this side of the lake for some weird reason. It's like big difference between the different sides. So the lights have come on for added safety, but I don't know how safe they are if you're just blinded by them. But we're still kicking on. 133 k's down. Boom, couple hours to go. 134 k's in, battling being pretty goddamn tired, extremely sore, and some butt chafe that is probably going to haunt me for a couple of days, so that's not great. 137.5 k's in. I have no idea what that says. 22 hours, 43 minutes. Izzy just showed me his ass. That's what I need. That's the motive. Slowly coming up. Pain is also coming up. Speed, not coming up. But what's that? An hour and a quarter to go. So we're getting there. We're getting there. Righto, just 139 k's we ticked over. Sun's on its way up. Coffees have arrived. He's making stupid noises, but at least he's not showing me his butthole right now, so thank God for small mercies. Everything hurts, but we've only got an hour to go, so that's good. That's real good. Sunrise is going to be a ripper. You won't do it justice, but it's very nice. So that's good. Righto, a bit over 140 k's to go. Oh, 140 k's to go. Fuck. 140 k's in. Half an hour to go. Home stretch. And the balloons are up and the sun is up. And my chafe is ungodly. And my feet are some kind of pain that I have not felt before. I'm really tired and looking forward to going to bed, but we're gonna get through the 24 hours. So. Hey bro, there's balloons up there. Yeah, I just said that. Easy, just talking to himself in the background. Anyway, half an hour to go. Righto, just finished. 24 hours. Touch over 142 kilometres. I'm smoked, but thanks to everyone who came down. I can't believe I had basically had someone or multiple someones with me the whole way around. I didn't expect that. I sort of was set up to, plot around on my own. So even when I was dragging and going real slow, people joined in, which I really appreciate. Pray for me in the shower. This chafe is gonna sting. So if you hear a scream coming out of Middle Park, that's just me with the water hitting it. My feet are so sore. My hands actually look like a dead person's hands. It's so weird. They're like this weird, don't know what's going on with that, but yeah, bit of a rest time. Didn't get to 160, so that leaves a challenge in the bank for another time. So we'll do that when that. I'll have a rest, but then maybe we'll look at it. Big thanks also to everyone who's supported and sent kind words and lovely messages and all those things. Really nice, and I really appreciate it, and it means a lot, and trying to do you proud. And yeah, right now I'm cooked, so I'll get back to everyone real soon.
Okay, here we are with the man himself, Josh Jones. He's 7 hours and 20 minutes into his 24-hour run for charity around Albert Park Lake. How are you feeling, Joshy?
I'm pretty sore, but we're going okay. Nearly come home with 65 k's, so we're on pace, which is good.
Absolutely killing it. Sunday run day. A short little 4k run for me seems quite insignificant. My beautiful friend Josh from Just Be Nice project, he's just finished running up 24 hours around Albert Park Lake. His goal was 160 kilometres. Fell a tad short, doing 142. But seriously, amazing. Josh, you're a legend. Keep doing good things, helping people in need. So proud. Have a good sleep now.
There he is. Hey, big fella. Good, brother. Hey. What are we up to, brother? What are we up to? Beautiful. Keep going, bro.
Alright, we're back. 4:30 a.m. Big man's still moving. He's not too far away, just left, so I'll go chase him down. And hopefully I can stay with him for the last 3 or 4 hours of his run. Alright, check back in. Found the big man. Walking like he's got a stick up his bum, but he's doing well. Big Zachy, Beck. We'll bring him home. He's got under 4 hours to go. Are we officially done? How you feeling? 24 hours. All done. Let me turn the camera. How far did you get?
A bit over 142.
Nice. I think I changed in the filter while I was doing that. How's the body feeling?
Very, very sore.
Very sore. Where's the worst? Feet?
Oh, my feet are killing me. I'm really chafed. The chafe is not good.
Chafed butt cheeks. Hilarious.
Chafing and feet are really sore and soul hurts a little bit. I'm quite tired, but you know,
Piece of piss, mate. Piece of piss.
got it done.
Do it again.
Yeah.
Good shit, bruh.
Thanks, man.
Nice. You.